So guys, what's up? What's
Dum,
up? What's
dum,
up?
dum, dum.
Dum, dum. That's
I mean, well, Christmas is up, and I'm really excited. I don't think I've been this excited for a while about Christmas, but there's something about this. And I got, wait, I haven't finished.
Okay.
And I got, okay, Edwin, I'm sorry, I'm
Because
not
I
bullying
suspect you have been paid.
Oh, no, I don't know. But, yeah. Okay.
So yesterday, someone sent, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Anyway, I'll let you say what you want to say. But the day before yesterday, someone posted on the platform, Master, the eagle has landed, pay me my money. And I think the person wanted to send it as a private message. Did you see it? It was
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, like I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. Unbelievably so. By Daniel Darcy, who, by the way, is the final countdown. Ta-na-na-na. 31. Are you going to switch off our mics? 31 more days to his birthday.
Daniel, that's it. Birthday bash.
Didi. You understand?
Charlie, it's okay. You people, it's okay. Why?
You brought yourself. But anyway, Merry Christmas to you guys, and Merry Christmas to all of you listening, and to our families and the people we love in private and in public.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hope everyone has a great day.
Be generous today. Be very generous.
Yeah.
I mean, go out of your way and buy something for somebody you don't know. Say
I think you should
hi.
personalize that message. Daniel, go out of your way and buy something for Nimwa.
No, Edwin said someone you don't know. Edwin said
but
someone
do you
you
know
don't
me?
I don't know you.
But don't I know?
We don't know.
I
We've
don't-
never
I don't
known.
But Charlie, right now the whole Daniel Darcy and friends
know.
is
I don't
coming
know.
apart
No,
because
we
of
don't
Christmas.
know.
Bro,
No.
Nyade.
It's like Mahama and Kuku. I work for you, but I don't.
That sound clip was
I
I think it will be one of the sound clips of the year.
Yeah.
Like, do you love President Tata Mills? I love him. Do you love Mr. Mahama? I work for
I
him.
work for
him.
you. Professional.
But there's a difference, though, isn't there, between working for someone and loving someone?
Well, so this Christmas, Kuku, what will he do? He would send Mahama a love message or a working message for. I mean, how do you wish Mahama a Merry Christmas?
You know what? I think Mr.
Thank you, boss,
Angido,
or thank you, my
Mr.
friend.
Angido, 0244340437.
Send us your Christmas
Send
message
us
to
your
Mahama.
Christmas message to Mahama. And in fact, to all of you, send in your Christmas messages to whoever you want to say a Merry Christmas to.
And we'll definitely
We'll read them. You can even send a voice note. We'll find a way to play it.
play. But before we do that, Daniel, joy,
To the world.
oh little.
Oh, little.
He doesn't know the words. He doesn't know the words. He really good.
Charlie, I'm not
Oh,
that-
little town of Bethlehem.
Town of Bethlehem. Yeah,
Okay, hark the
Herald Angels sing.
the first.
And the last.
Noel, the first Noel.
Really, Edwin. Oh, come.
Oh, you faithful. That's my favorite.
And then again, oh, come.
Oh, come, man.
We three.
Kings of Orient.
Jingle.
Bells, jingle, bells, jingle. Oh, my Charlie.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Because how is it?
Okay. Oh, holy.
Night.
Silent.
Night.
Oh, little.
Town of
Men
Bethlehem.
of little faith. Oh, little men of little faith. It's in the Bible.
Is it a Christmas carol?
I don't know.
It's more me.
I don't know if we've done a song out of it, but I know it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Oh, ye men of little
I
faith.
can't.
Daniel, don't you remember that?
He doesn't remember.
Oh, please. When Jesus was in the water and he was doing. Yes.
And he said, oh, little, something, men
No,
of
but
something.
Charlie. No. He
But
said.
you say, oh, little, yeah, it has to be men of little faith. I mean, the two just go together if you read the Bible.
Unbelievable.
Oh, but you know what? We three kings of Orient, right? So I don't remember if I was in class 1 or class 2, but we actually did the whole thing.
And you were what?
I was
The donkey.
I would have been a very handsome donkey if I was. Anyway.
If you say so yourself.
Yeah, but I think I was carrying Mare. Mare is the second one, isn't it? Gold. No, Mare is the third one. Yes.
Gold,
Gold,
silver.
frankincense, yes,
Hey,
silver.
Edwin.
Sorry. I didn't bring my Bible today.
From little town of little.
To gold, silver,
Hey.
gold, silver, and what? Bronze.
It's me.
So it's gold, frankincense,
And myrrh.
and Mare.
yes.
Yeah, I was the one with the Mare.
You were the mirror.
Okay.
Yeah. And so tell us the story. Or that's
Okay, so it's a very.
You should probably start asking questions about the Christmas story. You'll be amazed the kind
at
of
the
answers
kinds
you
of
get.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yesterday I was watching.
Okay, so the first question would be
Where the three
gold,
wise men
what,
today.
gold, what, and what?
Gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Yeah.
Anyway, yesterday you were watching.
I was watching The Star. It's a cartoon about Jesus' birth from the perspective of the donkey. So I was watching it with my kids.
Oh, nice.
And my son asked me, Mommy, so the donkey that Mary and Joseph rode on, when it died, did it go to heaven? I mean, in the general scheme of life,
Yeah,
where
thinking
is
about
the
if
donkey?
donkeys go to
Whether
heaven.
the donkey went to, yeah. I mean, anyway, so yeah.
But I mean, but I sincerely hope that all the chickens and goats we've slaughtered this Christmas will go to heaven.
I mean, I haven't
will.
slaughtered any.
They
so-
will. They
you,
will. I mean,
you have eaten chicken
to
When?
die.
When?
at a point in
In
your
my
life.
Okay, fine.
They will go to it. I mean, to die on a day like this is divine.
It's a noble
I mean,
sacrifice.
I
isn't
think
it?
today, chickens and goats must be on a
I
kind of
cannot
suicide
believe we
mission,
are
some
having
kind
this
of a-
kind of
some
this
kind of martyr kind of
conversation.
mission. You know, like you want to die for Christ. I mean, what more could be better?
I mean, the
than for-
Bible
for-
says,
I mean,
Philippians 1:21, for
Yeah.
me to live is Christ,
and to die.
to
is gain.
die is gain.
You guys realize you're talking about chickens
We
and
should
goats.
read that
right?
to goats and sheep before we kill them. This
Okay, okay. Let's look at what's.
All right,
so-
so I'm gonna start with this story about the National Cathedral and Archbishop. Good morning to you and a very Merry Christmas
Praise
to
the Lord,
you and your
fundraising
family,
team.
and the whole.
Archbishop.
I
Nicholas
did say no. I just said
Duncan
Archbishop
Williams.
Nicholas Duncan Williams, Abemus. Yeah, which is what
Abemus
sometimes we
Papa.
call him. Yes. So the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams has been intensifying his campaign to raise funds for the construction of the National Cathedral. So we know that the government has expressed a desire to put up this edifice, but it has divided the country, and a lot of people have been saying that it is a very needless expenditure because there are a lot of other things that people need that perhaps are more pressing. So what Archbishop has done is he's also, in the first place, he's the chairman of the fundraising committee. He took this campaign to former President Rawlings and President Mahama, who have also raised concerns about the project. And he's saying that they've given him their blessings, they've brought up their concerns and issues, and they think that those concerns and issues should be addressed and looked at, and hopefully they can find a way forward. He also said that the Secretariat will bring clarity to all the concerns that have been raised by the public, and added that the cathedral should unite the country rather than divide it, because I think at the heart of the whole cathedral discussion is, you know, a certain
National
unity and
cohesion,
togetherness. And I think it's also really going with the heart of God. You know how Solomon built a temple,
Yes.
and it had a way of, you know, unifying the people,
Yeah.
and it would. But I mean, there's also the counter argument that, you know, at some point in the Bible, you know,
and that
God
Solomon was
doesn't
not
live in.
democratically elected and stuff like that. But Solomon built the cathedral for God. I mean, the temple.
But he wasn't
It wasn't
democratically
Yeah,
elected.
it wasn't for a campaign promise, or it wasn't for you. Okay,
Yeah,
you
but
continue.
Edwin, that's deep.
I know, right? Because my mind wasn't. Yeah.
But he was not-
But you are saying it, say it, and
I
stop saying
know.
it into your mouth.
Charlie, but this is cathedral. We have to take your
Anyway,
time.
so the fundraising program for the construction of the cathedral will cost participants $1,000 a pop. So if you'd like to
And you know what
contribute,
Frimpong Mansi said about $1,000?
What did he
says
say?
that you may say it is too much, but it is not too much if you think about what God has done for
nothing
Ghana.
is ever too much.
Yeah.
If you're thinking in terms of what God has
So
done,
what has
nothing
God
is
done for
ever
Ghana?
too
That
much.
should be a conversation we should have one of these days.
What
What has God done for Ghana?
I think, what do we think God has done for Ghana? Because there's certain elements that we will never know. or
Exactly.
understand, so-
What has God done for Ghana? God has done a lot of things for us by not letting us know all that He's done for us. You know,
Cabos.
No, Charlie Edwin,
Yeah,
this morning you're on
yeah,
a certain
yeah,
level.
yeah.
That's
It's-
Charlie.
It's a philosophical Christmas. You
Le
know, I
Broco.
mean, you only know what He has done for. For example, if you travel, you wouldn't know, for example, that He has prevented an accident from happening because the accident didn't happen. So you think the accident never was going to happen, but it didn't happen.
That's a lot
because
of
He didn't
happens
think-
in one sentence.
Yeah,
but what
yeah.
you're saying is that when you arrive safely,
Yeah.
you don't know what could have happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the
Okay.
could have happened is what God has done, but you didn't see He has done it. So it looks like He didn't do it.
Edwin Apia.
Yeah, it's a philosophical.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
we don't have offering for you. It is a non-offering Christmas. So just keep that at the back of your mind whilst you're... Edwin, it's over to you.
Yes, 5 or maybe 6 days from now, in 1981, the Liman government was doomed. That was when Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings staged his coup, 31st December. And that trial is coming on 31st December in a musical. We are, you know, there's a whole book written by Jojo Yanka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
big-
actually read that book.
You've read the book?
It's a solid book.
Right?
Yeah. Good morning to Nana Redamwa. Thanks.
Yes. Solid
Yeah,
book.
my watch it, buddy. Good morning to you.
So we'll relive that moment, 31st December, in a musical drama titled The Trial of J.J. Rawlings, based on the 1986 book of the same title written by Kojo Yanka. So this Christmas, you could learn a little bit of your history without having to read the entire book. You know, Ghanaians, we don't like reading. So if you go for this program, you are most likely to be more educated than you were when you went through GSS or SS. Yeah.
Oh, right. And something that Uncle Ibo always says, he says, I mean, that somebody says that if you want to hide anything from a black man, put it in a book. Yes.
And if you color the book black, that's even worse. I mean, then he's not even going to touch it.
If you color which part of the
No,
book?
but Charlie, no, Edwin, your level this morning.
Oh,
Charlie.
I mean, if hide it in the book, but if the book has a black color, a black cover, for example, then he's not even going to touch the book. You know?
I see.
I didn't even.
Yeah, okay. So 2 voters demand injunction on OT region referendum. 2 registered voters in the OT region have filed for an injunction restraining the Electoral Commission from organizing the referendum scheduled to take place in the OT region. The applicants are insisting that the EC has violated their right to vote by failing or delaying to publish the list of the polling stations within which the referendum will take place. And they're saying that because of this failure and delay of the posting of the list of the polling stations, they have been denied a fair opportunity to present monitors to prevent acts of impersonation, multiple voters, and other voting irregularities. They're asking the court, as a matter of urgency, to put an injunction on the upcoming referendum pending hearing into their substance.
This is a very interesting story. I'm wondering because we heard of the injunction very late yesterday, and it was one of the first times that I put something on the platform that nobody shouted Pasco. So I'm very, very.
Another first. What? When was it? Yesterday? Should we write the day so that next year we can celebrate the anniversary?
It's okay. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's very late 24. Today is a holiday, so the courts won't work. Tomorrow is the day after tomorrow is the election. Tomorrow is also a holiday.
Well.
So can the election in the OT enclave come up? That's what I'm thinking
we'll be
of.
Watching that space,
yes, because this was an ex parte injunction. That means that it can only hold for a limited period. That means that there was no defense to the injunction. He went alone, ex parte.
Yeah, okay.
And it can only hold for a limited period. But the election is on Thursday.
You said it's ex what?
Ex parte.
Yeah. It's like your ex.
It's okay.
Okay.
You get it. So I'm seriously curious about it. But we'll be monitoring events. We'll keep you informed. Listening.
Okay. There is a financial consultant, Mr. Charles Mensah, is asking government to liquidate assets of Menzgold to pay the customers. You remember yesterday, the customers went on a near suicide mission on
700 and how much? 56,000.
Yeah.
That was for one woman.
Yeah.
760,000 is what
706. But okay, you finish your story.
And he's saying that, look, the Registrar General should start the process of liquidating the man's assets so that you can use it to, pay the clients and the aggrieved customers and stuff.
But you remember that when the lawyer for one of the people who had filed a case against
Clinton.
Yes, when she was speaking, she said that his assets haven't even been frozen in the first place. So he still has access to them. He has the ability to do whatever he wants to do with them. And so it'll be interesting to see whether they're going to freeze and then be able to. The other thing I'm wondering is if his properties and stuff are registered in his name.
Yeah.
Because if they're not registered in his name, then you have to prove in the first place that it's actually his. So it seems to be
you know what this reminds me of? The Woyome issue. Where there's this property and now UT Bank is saying that it belongs to them and
the government,
the states, the AG is saying that it belongs to Mr. Woyome. Yes. So the thing is out of the man's hands. It just depends on who is going to take it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, but in Kumasi, the circuit court came to a decision on that same day, and they have placed their hands on some specific properties belonging to the company Menzgold, and they have said that they should be sold. They pinpointed properties in Kumasi.
I feel so disappointed about the way the state is going about these issues. We can lambast the customers for all we can for not listening to advice, the council, and all that, but the state does have a responsibility to be responsible. Do what you are supposed to do. if it's about finding the man, confiscating the asset, starting a certain process that gives confidence that their monies would be given back to them. They are not asking government to pay them their money. In any case, when you give all the warnings, it didn't stop, for example, Katrina Fiku and Musica from going to the man and taking pictures with him. The state flirted with the man, and we also issued statements saying the man's business was suspicious. I mean, so how do you reconcile the
which, yeah.
So you I mean, Katrina Fiku was taking pictures with this man. He got the Ghana Entrepreneur and Corporate Executive Award. He was donating to the J. Kufuor Foundation. I don't know about the J. Kufuor Foundation ever got the money, but he was there with the phone taking. He was all over the place.
He was given an air of credibility.
Exactly,
and that's what Amanda Clinton said when she came on air.
So it's not good enough.
Which for me was neither here nor there. Because she said that, for instance, she didn't see the publications that he could be fake, but she saw the publications of him taking pictures with people.
So how do you confuse the clients? Yeah. If tomorrow they're taking a picture with he's taking a picture of a nice personality, and sometimes top personalities in this country go to his office. He doesn't go to them. They go to his office and take photo opportunities, paste it all over Facebook. And then another state institution is saying your business is illegal. You should get a license. You confuse the client. And everybody who has spoken to this men's good issue say, when they go to the office, they see this thing over there that says, and
his license.
Exactly. And I understand the finance minister is perhaps right to say some of them were clearly greedy, but when it comes to greed, I mean, the men's good customers are politicians. They are basically the same. I mean, this is advice we can all share.
All right.
Okay, so Edwin has shade for everyone this morning. Yeah. Anyone you want to round up for us?
I do. So Zimbabwe has scaled back Christmas celebrations. They've been unable to afford Christmas trees because of inflation. The BBC's Shingai Nyoka from Harare has been saying that a lot of women are walking around town asking what kind of a party are we going to have. Everything is so expensive, and so it's tough. It's tough in Zimbabwe during Christmas, and so they've scaled back celebrations. But Edwin, this also reminds me, and I think that we should be mindful of the fact that as much as today is a happy day for a lot of us, it's also a difficult day for some people.
Yes.
There are people who may not have enough, and so are not celebrating today. There are people who may have lost people during the year, and so this is their first Christmas without people that they love. So we must recognize that it's a tough day for some people, and our hearts go out with you. If you can just go back to remember the reason why we're celebrating today, because when you think about Jesus and everything that he represents, I think it makes every other pain a little less and a little more bearable.
Yes. And stay with us here on the Super Morning Show. Yes. If you have any reason to feel down today, because we definitely will have one or two things that could make you smile,
and a lot of laughter and joy and love going around this morning.
Yes.
Let's keep your dial here. I'm thinking today is going to be wonderful. A lot of drama, a lot of music,
and lots of giveaways as well. We are gonna give it.
And I'm really looking forward to receiving my Christmas gifts from Daniel, which she has promised.
Anyone, little
Town of Bethlehem.
Little
men of little feet.
Thank you.
Little
Town of Bethlehem.
Little drummer boy. I got it. Online news review brought to you by the Little Drummer Boys from Zenith Bank. In your best interest, Goyle Good Energy. Okay. I need to stop having too much fun. But Keteke Fever is tomorrow. I'll be telling you about that in the online review in a moment. But Goyle says official part with more bonanza for Efie customers. There are many rewards still to be claimed as all Goyle service stations. Over 900,000 Goyle customers are getting rewards this month alone. 800 more customers received their ultimate rewards. 720 had theirs in November. Adipa Ofia, good morning to you, Mohammed Abdullah Kamin of Tamale. You received 1,000 cedis worth of fuel on your Go card. Many others were also rewarded with 1,000 cedis worth of fuel for accruing the highest points. Just rely on your number one OMC and CIMG Petroleum Company of the Year for your fuel and lubricants. One thing I love about Goyle is one of the only major local players in the downstream petroleum sector. Really keeping our interests in there. So the Efie promo runs till January 2019. It's an investment into the local economy. Goyle Good Energy. Goyle, good morning to Robert Tre, Mr. Azu, Mr. Colley of GOIL, the CEO of GOIL, Mr. Patrick Colley, and all of the other hardworking guys there. And also to you, Nicholas Kofi of Zenith Bank and Isaac Jaglete, head of due diligence at Zenith Bank. It's been a while since we met. The festive season with Zenith Bank and MasterCard just got exciting. Simply use your MasterCard on any Zenith Bank POS at participating retail shops this festive season and enjoy amazing offers. Don't be left out. So the best thing is that just carry your MasterCard wherever you're going. When you get there, ask them if they are participating in the Zenith Bank promotion. And when you get there, they'll give you all the details. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank is in your best interest in most of the shops in town. Trust me, you have no problem at all. MyJoyOnline.com says NPP vets late MP's wife, Kofo's son, and 4 others for Ayawaso West were gone. 6 people are seeking to retain the seat for the ruling party in a by-election slated for January 31, 2019, which is 6 days after. Joy FM KTK Fever, a perfect party for a perfect audience tomorrow. On December 26th is going to be as the Omanye Hall, Labadi Beach Hotel. Come, let's enjoy the best of music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Joy FM, KTK Fever. Some sad news for this Christmas on the BBC.com. A Mexico power couple has been killed in an air crash. This is the governor of Mexico's Central Puebla state, Martha Erika Alonso. She died just days after being sworn into office. Her husband is a Senator, Rafael Moreno Val, and 2 other pilots were also killed. Miss Alonso became Puebla's first female governor after a hotly contested poll. She was 45 years old. Oh, rest in peace, man.
Very sad, yeah.
Very, very sad. And for her to die with her husband just a few days after she was sworn in. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to take the BBC News at 7 itself. And then when we come back, there is more. Trust me. You don't want to miss a moment of the Super Morning Show.
Before we go, head of thy church.
Triumphant.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Love divine.
Oh, love ascending.
All love excelling.
Oh, love excelling.
Is that what they taught you about poetry?
Okay. It's okay.
All love ascending.
BBC News at 7.
This was Kwame's life before Interplast in Green Irrigation.